What are some cheat codes you've found in the game of life? Several times in life I've cold called a company to confirm my interview time. I didn't have one prior to my call, but in their confusion and inability to even find my resume I've managed to secure an interview about 4 out of 5 times. Twice I've gotten the job. This is Picard Act Like You Belong. You can mute the self-checkout kiosks. You can also increase the volume on all of them just before your departure. When my daughter was little and still believed band-aids cured things, one time she had a bellyache so I put one on her belly and it made her feel better. Power of placebos. Circa 1978, I saw an ad in the back of what was then called a nudie magazine. It boasted the most powerful placebo on the market. The crap is hilarious. When I was in my old 500+ person building, I kept a stack of papers on my desk. When I was bored, or got tired of sitting down, I'd get up, grab my stack of papers and walk around. I called them my walking papers and did this for months. Got a lot of head nods and not one question the entire time. People always assumed I was on an important mission, but nope, not in the least. PS. Worked on the executive floor wing, too. My friend is a janitor at a pretty new school, not much broken stuff. So on his downtime he walks the building rather quickly with whatever tool he decides. The teachers and staff always think he's going to fix something. LOL. Take a $1 bill and flip it over. Now tape a $5 bill and tape it to the end of the upside down single with as little tape as possible to make it secure. Now feed the $5 bill into a change machine. The coin machine reads the 5, gives you quarters, then reads the upside down single, rejects that, and boom, you got yourself a felony. This is the caliber of post I was expecting. Actual cheat codes. Not be nice to your family and, surprise, they won't hate you, thank you. Niceness gets you everywhere. I get free crap from being nice. And no, it's not because I'm a cute girl, because I'm not. I'm an overweight, balding man. People respond to niceness. I've befriended the Comcast customer support person. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. I get special treatment at my cafeteria because I treat the service staff like actual human beings. I get fees waived because I ask nicely. Be nice. It costs little and is worth a lot. I've befriended the most disliked, crotchety person in our office. This. Find the grumpiest person that you work with and give it 100% to be their friend. You usually find they're only that way because of social anxiety and are actually great people. Once you unlock not giving a frick about other people's thoughts, you basically double your mana indefinitely. If you have no complaints about your food service staff at a restaurant, ask to see the manager and pay a compliment and a thank you about the server host staff. Usually people want to see a manager to complain, and a compliment is nearly always welcome. I've gotten countless free drinks, appetizers, chips % off my bill, all for just making a polite comment to management. You probably caused mini heart attacks until they realized you wanted the manager for good reasons. I had a professor in college who, while lecturing, suddenly let out a huge fart. Without pausing, he turned his head as if talking to someone behind him, said Gesundheit, and continued lecturing as if nothing had happened. It immediately diffused any potential awkwardness and embarrassment, and I vowed to use the same strategy if the same thing ever happened to me in front of a large crowd of people. What a power move. Not a cheat code, but an Easter egg. If you ask someone if they know all the words to I'm a Little Teapot, around 80% of the people you ask will start singing it. Half of those will do the gestures. I'm at a tattoo studio right now and I asked the £300, intimidatingly tattooed owner of the shop if he knew the words to I'm a Little Teapot. Without hesitation he started reciting it while doing the pantomimes. Impressive. If you tuck a chicken's head under its wing and wave the chicken in a circle, it will automatically fall asleep. It's not a very good cheat code, but it's still a cheat code to get you sleeping chickens. Doing your own research, especially on the important stuff. You would be amazed about the bad information people use to make life choices. To add to this, someone's opinion blog isn't research. Walk with a purpose. For some reason, people think you're busy and you don't get hassled. Reminds me of George on Seinfeld when he acts like he's always annoyed so everyone assumes he's working hard. No one stops a guy or girl carrying a pizza. It can get you backstage to concerts. The correct response to any compliment is thank you. You can then follow it up with a comment if you'd like to continue the conversation. If someone likes your dress, thank you. It has pockets. If someone compliments your art, thank you. I've been practicing. If someone asks if you're a professional singer because you have a good singing voice, thank you. I just sing for fun. Not only does it make you seem confident and self-assured, it tells them that they are right. That's a friendly thing to do. This even works if you don't believe the compliment. Saying, "Oh, no, I'm ugly," when someone compliments your appearance not only tells them that they're wrong, it makes you think of yourself as ugly. A better answer would be, "Thank you. I really appreciate that and I don't always believe it, so hearing that from you helps." I've started going with thank you. That's nice to hear. I am an assistant teacher in a preschool. Asking if kids can use their sitting muscles and listening muscles during circle time makes the kids want to show me how strong they are. All good and well until some kid flexes their sitting muscles too hard and suddenly you've got a poopy pants emergency. Compliment your children with "you are a hard worker and not you're smart." Studies show that kids who think they're hard workers outperform kids who think they're smart. Can confirm. Was told I was smart as a kid. Terrible worker. As an adult you can tell almost any kid who is running to stop running and they will. Man, you know way better kids than I do. You become the people you surround yourself with. A pretty wise ex-drug user I worked with once told me, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. Basically, watch the crowd and the activities you surround yourself with. Sneeze on your knuckles before a fight to inflict poison damage. You don't have to always give away the recipe. By that I mean, don't over-explain yourself. If you can't do something 9/10 times it's okay to simply say "unfortunately I'm not able to do that, can't swing it this time," etc. You don't have to go on and on about why, or make up reasons and list them off. Over-explaining just ends up looking more suspect than simply being clear and concise. I like this one. I have found myself making up elaborate stories to explain why I couldn't attend an event or something. Just be brief, honest, and to the point. When someone says something true, say "you're right," not "I know." It'll make them feel better and you've still shown everyone how awfully clever you are. The remain silent dialogue option is useful, even if you have to scroll down to find it. It can keep you from failing or getting locked out of certain quest lines. I've mastered the basic acknowledgement skill. Someone will inevitably say something that on its own means nothing. They're implying something, but it's often effective to just get them to say it out loud. Sometimes, it's the buffer between "just do it" and "that sounded more intense than I thought." Okay, in that go on kind of tone. If any website offers a percentage coupon code like 10% off, try higher values like 20% off. They often have them. Yeah, I'm going straight for 100% off and working my way down from there. Ask questions about everything. Ask people about themselves. Be open about stuff you don't understand, and ask questions about that. When you forget someone's name, own up to it and just ask them. I am amazed at how many people won't acknowledge even a tiny amount of ignorance, or won't show honest curiosity about something, can't admit they've forgotten something they feel is important, and won't ever ask for help. Guys, your life becomes so much easier if you just drop the freaking ego and ask. The best advice I ever received was from my grandmother. I was a talkative child and would ask questions non-stop. When I apologized for asking so many one day she looked me straight in the eye and said never stop asking questions. I have a heated throw blanket in my living room in the winter. I wrap my coat up in it, crank up the heat and in a few minutes, my coat is toasty warm so I can brave the coldest day. Also toss your jeans in the dryer for 15 minutes on a cold morning and you will have similarly warm jeans. It's a nice perk if you have guests over too. Get a credit card like Amex Blue that has 3-6% cash back at groceries. Buy all your items at grocery store. I'll use Kroger as an example. You can buy normal groceries and gift cards, Amazon, Delta, H&M, McDonald's, whatever, and get the cash back on that deal. Then, if you time it with their 4x fuel rewards, you can save $1 gallon off gas up to 35 gallons. Altogether, the math works out to being 12-15% off pretty much everything if I recall correctly. Been doing this for years. I'll plan large purchases from Amazon or Home Depot around their 4x fuel points so I can get the gift cards. You can borrow almost all of your textbooks from the library as a college student because of modern book rental agreements most colleges have. WorldCat allows you to be linked to almost any library in America, and all you have to do is find your book in the system and fill out a request form at a library and it should be there in a week. I've saved probably $2,000 doing this in my first 2 years of college. All of my courses now require an online code to do the mandatory homework assignments, which you can only try by buying a textbook full price, or you can buy just the code for $20 less, so only $130 instead. How generous. I cannot overstate how much dressing well and being well groomed will impact your life. It'll drop the difficulty by 2 or 3 levels. No joke. People will treat you vastly differently. The opposite is also true. When married, don't stop treating your significant other like you did when you were trying to win them over. It is a great way to show them you're still as infatuated with them as you were when you first met. Pause like wait. When asked a question or engaging in idle conversation and someone is speaking, do not immediately begin your reply when they stop speaking. They usually aren't done. And in the case of questions, most people are finished, and if you give them time they usually provide the answer to the question as well. So yeah, listen as well. Listen, don't wait to speak. As a doctor, I learned that earning grades and learning are 2 different things. Not asking or talking about drama going on at the workplace. Underpromise and overperform. Say you'll achieve less than you think you will and then do more and everyone will be impressed. Works well at a job. My boss does a good job of keeping track of what I've been able to do in the past and always asking for more than that. I get that he's trying to develop his employees, but it's freaking annoying not getting credit for 95% of a project but you already knew how to do that. If you're genuinely pleasant to be around and you show up when it counts, people will let you get away with a lot of slacking off. Can confirm. One of the reasons my boss puts up with a lot of my crap is because I do my job. I show up when scheduled, unless I'm sick as a dog or I have a family emergency, and I don't cause drama. Also, people like talking about themselves. When you meet someone, just ask them questions about their lives or the things they've done. If you have enough questions, you won't ever run out of things to talk about during the conversation and they walk away feeling so heard. Plus, then you know more about them and next time you see them you will have even more to talk about or follow up on. Hey, last time I saw you were mentioning this thing at your job. How did that go, etc. This is great until you realize that a majority of people never asks about you. Faking confidence usually leads to actually being more confident. I love the phrase fake it till you make it. It's incredible how much success is a byproduct of just acting confident about whatever you are doing. Public speaking is fake it till you make it for at least 90% of people. To seem charming, all you have to do a lot of the time is to be an engaged listener. You don't need an amazing sense of humor to be able to lay on the compliments or regale people with stories. Just listen to other people in a way that shows you are interested and not only waiting for your turn to talk. Make eye contact. Don't interrupt them. Don't turn the conversation to be about you. Ask good questions. If you admit you're wrong and make changes to whatever it is that you're wrong about, people will respect and appreciate you more. Unfortunately, this requires the swallow ego pill patch installed. Without this, you will be incapable of being a civil person. Just be nice, particularly to people in the service industry. Your job, your personal interactions, even your calls into customer service will go 100% easier if you're just nice to people and recognize that they're probably just trying to do their job, not screw you over. Be very nice. And if you're trying to get a refund or something wasn't to your liking, always go for the disappointed routine and not the angry routine. At least in my own personal experience, businesses are much more responsive to this. Act like you belong. In any situation, It will change your life. Also, I found that you become what you pretend to be, so be good. If you are punctual, smartly dressed, and quite friendly, you can actually get pretty far in most jobs without being that good at anything or trying very hard. A boss of mine once said you can either be good at your job and unfriendly and a pain to work with, or you can be bad at your job and great to work with, but you can never be both bad at your job and unfriendly. Being friendly and good to work with is a massive skill that can really help you progress. If you're bald and shave your head, you'll be mistaken for an angry skinhead and panhandlers won't ask you for money or cigarettes. This doesn't work if you're black. No skips the boring side quests. If you work Monday, Friday, spend a small amount of time on Sunday afternoon, evening sorting out your lunch for the week. I batch cook a pot of something and portion it out into 5 containers. It saves a ton of money, it's usually healthier, and it saves time having to make something quickly each morning because you can just grab a container out of the fridge and go. Believe in yourself. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. When you believe in yourself, anything is possible because you are no longer bound to the expectations of others. Your life truly becomes your own. Close runner-up would be awareness over your thoughts and emotions. More awareness, more control, less reactions, more happiness. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.